Today I sat on every player in Apex Legends using Gibraltar's devastating earthquake of a finisher, but my journey to squash an entire lobby was met with a few problems. Now, while getting shot during a finisher was an issue, the real challenge was combat itself. It all began with an idea. Gibraltar's perk allows you to electrocute his dome, so the first victim inside would pay for illegal trespassing, giving me enough time to squash a downed enemy. But I hadn't played Gibby in years, so now came the hard part. Trial by fire, except there wouldn't be any gunfire until I found a weapon.
You can't get me!
I felt like Jackie Chan in a spacesuit, but gravity was not on my side. Or was it? Finally, a weapon in my hands. Everything would be easier from here on out. There was a squad inside that building. I decided to flush them out with a grenade. Just shush, guys, all right? Mirage needed my help inside. Here comes Gibraltar to save the day! All I needed was some momentum so the sitting could commence. But instead, I found myself testing the limits of my teammates.
Oh my god!
Lifeline had lost one battle too many and had begun to crack.
Oh my god!
I realized I was listening to the inevitable sound of what will happen to all of us one day. The sound of Apex Legends taking our souls.
No, no!
If I wasn't careful, mine would be next. Fortunately, the next soul consumed by this game would not be mine, for in Olympus, the triple take and the alternator would accompany me to Pathfinder's Fight Night, where contenders were already duking it out. Alter and myself were ready to go, but Seer had not yet found his footing. Oh well, if you're not fast, you're last!
Team, no, wait for me, team. Shoot on.
My ultimate hit absolutely nobody. Guess I'd have to knock these enemies myself. I readied the earthquake, but it wasn't safe.
Enemy here, enemy here. Team, what the fuck, team? Go shit on, team. Come take me, team. What the hell, team? Oh, team, bad team, bro. Shit on, bro. You're the team, bro. 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 Team, what the fuck, team? Team, what the fuck, team? I know shit, team. I know what team.
This was the first time I'd heard someone as disappointed in me as my dad was. I had a good feeling about this next game. Something in my bones told me that we'd be making pancakes today, and when we found enemies in grow towers... Look, guys, just be patient, will you? It's coming. Sometimes the best course of action is to take no action whatsoever, okay? Good job, team. I had my perk now and was ready to electrocute the first fool who was dumb enough to... Oh, look, I don't actually know what's worse at this point. The fact that I picked the wrong perk, or I didn't even notice! Sadly, I kid you not, I was confident that I now had the EMP thing selected in hand, which will explain how brazen I became shortly afterwards as we approached the gardens. flattening had begun, but my teammate was trying to thirst the enemy Gibraltar and I had to be quick. Still one member left from that team, so it seemed only fitting to completely waste my ultimate. Thankfully, we were safe in this carefully constructed haven from the orbital bombardment. Yeah, it is a sad moment when I need protection from my own stupidity, but this is what you subscribed for, assuming you're still watching this train wreck of a game. Anyway, a Mad Maggie decided that outrunning our highly mobile squad was a waste of time and stayed to fight.
Oh my God!
That defiant wrecking ball said it all. I was going to be going home for Christmas without my two front teeth. Approaching the halfway marker in this match, my loadout was questionable, given that Gibby has a gun shield, allowing him to aim down sights for mid to long range fights, but having the largest hitbox in the game wasn't going to stop me from charging toward my doom. But all I saw was more pancake potential, with fresh ingredients dropping from the sky. Knew I shouldn't, but I couldn't help myself. Also, I was sure I had the EMP protection, which of course I did not. Oh well. Ha ha! Something inside my prehistoric cranium must have accidentally rubbed a couple of brain cells together as I finally fixed my loadout. Swapped the alternator for an R301, 3 bombardments instead of 1, and my poor suffering peacekeeper was given a golden replacement. Trouble with fixing a loadout is that it can lead to confidence, and as we've seen time and time again, too much confidence coupled with too little skill leads to predictable results. Unless you're me!
Maybe don't push.
Maybe you shut your mouth! It's time for some seismic slams!
I do it with solo inside of the wall.
One left!
Go fucking play solo.
Was he talking to me? I always play solo. What's he going on about? At least the flattenings were increasing, so with Fuse and Bangalore as my witnesses, I proceeded to try again in World's Edge. Sensible loadout from the get-go with the R30, none of my shots will hit, and the mass whiff ready to party. We found action in our first POI. That enemy tried to escape our clutches, but as the most mobile character of this squad, I gave chase. How dare you come between me and my kill, Bangalore? You're supposed to let them down me and then step in. However, now we had the advantage, and if those other two enemies were foolish enough to stick around, they would find out what my silver back pockets tasted like. We pursued in the correct order this time. Fuse and Bangalore stayed at the rear, and I charged in. One clipped like the donkey that we all know I am. I mean, stupid teammates, where were you? Should have gone in together just like we agreed upon in the last fight. Good news is that Fuse decided that I didn't deserve to live and knuckle-clustered the door that was covering the revive. One clipped me, did you? Did you? Yeah? Well, guess what I had for breakfast? Beans! At this point, you would think the final member of that team escaped, but instead they pulled off a brazen resurrection right under our noses. Surely that third player wouldn't stick around to fight. But I've been wrong about a great many things recently, one of which is the danger zone of my ultimate. Just shut your mouths, guys, alright? Not a word. A pesky drone. Was another resurrection incoming? Then I realized that the drone appeared from thin air. Crypto was perhaps nearby.
Let's go, might be the rush. What do you say we continue?
I know, Bangalore, I know, but this Wraith one-clipped me before and now had a date with Destiny, and by Destiny, I mean a total eclipse! Seer had escaped. Oh well, at least this time I had the electrified dome. The loadout was shaping up quite nicely with a full showing of blue attachments for the R301, then headed to the capital city to juice up the EVA 8 to the maximum along the way. Now I'd be landing 7 damage faster than ever before. A resurrection ship dropped in the distance and I prayed for a third opportunity to squash that bald Wraith into the dark abyss of the flatulent afterlife.
What were you doing? He doesn't know.
However, Fuse was in trouble and teammates who could carry me came way before fantasies of flattening.
Cover your stashes, eh? Enemy here.
I've been down. The battle intensified just enough to the point where I'd now completely lost track of what was going on.
Chip.
Fake mirages everywhere, yet shooting his stupid face gave me a measure of peace that I had been longing for all day. So it's not the win you think it is, you bamboozling idiot!
Oh shit, shitty please.
Wait, those shields were for, who cares?
Shit, shield. Go.
Resources were running low and the best place to get more were off the cold dead fingers of our enemies. Keep crawling, Bangalore! It's not over yet! My dreams of crushing that Wraith's head again were fading, and then it happened. Run, I typed with the energy of a food coma. But Fuse did not run. He might have been level 1, but he had the cunning of a seasoned ninja warrior. He waited until the conditions were just perfect, then brought us back. Only thing better than this would be if someone had shot that Wraith in the face and left her here for me to... Who said it was over? It was only just beginning! Five squads left. We had a real chance at winning this game and scoring a... Oh, sorry, Fuse. Didn't realize I'm in a library. I don't care who gets the knocks, so long as my backside does the drops. This fight was becoming serious, but no matter what, there was one job that could not be left undone. Hi, lifeline! Ha-ha!
Go.
Two other teams left. This game was open for the taking. One player on their own was easy pickings. I was ready for another earthquake. I just got electrocuted by the smallest Watson fence in the world. Could it get worse than that? Unfortunately, yes. Yes, it can. Feeling sorry for myself, I logged off for the rest of the day and returned 2 weeks later, delighted to be back and ready to go on E-District. Delete this map, it sucks! But the mission remained the same, sit on every player I possibly can. Earthquake number 1 was ready to rumble. Aw, poor little Cookie couldn't bear to see what happened next and left the game. I think if you do leave games like that, you should have some kind of debuff that lasts for an hour where your character gives off some kind of proximity sound effects of a baby crying. This way! And my teammates went that way. Oh well, 1v2, not a problem. I can now confirm that 1v2 is actually a problem. Stop shooting at me, will you? I've got people to squash, don't you know? You included. Contact. My teammates graciously decided to spare my enemies their death by butt suffocation. Wasn't long though before we found ourselves approaching the halfway marker of this game. I was busy looking for enemies when it turned out that all the action was still to be found in the middle of this map. As you can see, I am a surgeon with the Spitfire. Curse you, Mirage! But as it would happen, I was the cursed one. Then, in my hour of greatest need, Lifeline gave her drone to my other teammate, who had 100% health, by the way. That's totally fine by me. I just enjoy alter no worries. Mirage was down. I needed to sit on him, but where did he go? Dude was invisible! Don't thirst him, don't thirst him, don't thirst him, don't thirst him, no! The battle was done, but the war continued, and not one person had felt the destructive power of my fully operational butt cheeks, but I can assure you, they would. Finally, it was time, Watson! Your time! The finisher didn't finish. Watson lived, somehow reinflated and not flattened at all. This was a nightmare. Robbed by a Revenant, abandoned by Lifeline and her drone. But at least she saw fit to grab the banner that Alter could have just taken by looking at it. Good grief, we all deserved each other in this squad, but Alter finally did her job, and it was time to see if we could get a comeback going. At this point, I didn't care about winning this game, I cared about landing one finisher because this was ridiculous! My hunger, unfortunately, had grown to the point of desperation, and desperate men tend to do stupid things. 7 squads left, round 2 almost closed. My redemption arc had to start right now! We had the high ground, Lifeline was immune to such concepts, and the enemy enjoyed their appetizer. New plan? Ragtag to the rescue! Why am I outside of my dome all of a sudden? What is this sorcery? Save me, Lifeline! Give me your drone! Oh yeah, just give it to Alter first, why not? You know Alter's full, and now am I getting a shot of it? Of course I'm not! Get wrecked, Gibby Gobber, eat a medkit! Stupid small pylon, you won't get me twice! Wraith and Watson thought they could escape us, but we gave chase, and I was absolutely raging that not a single finisher had yet been performed. No matter what happened next, I would be landing on at least one of those 2 enemies. Then we found them. Okay, Watson, open wide! Well, yeah, at least Lifeline gave me a shot of her drone at last, but this was becoming cruel. I was only existing in this game to give my enemies a hug from my rear end, and none of them could receive it for inexplicable interventions that felt like divine comedy at this point. But my preoccupation had me forget that this was now the end game, and it might actually be worth playing to win. But everyone tried to stay safe, which wasn't working for me, and when round 5 started to close, the war for the winners truly began. Those misses proved to be more costly than I would have liked because it started a chain reaction.
Sit on him. Do it.
Oh yeah, I'm totally gonna... No, I've got you, Lifeline. Somehow, we were whole again, the final ring counting down. Our squad was a continuous stream of disasters, and yet a chance of victory, however small, was still a chance. My in-house e-girl, Jelly, was watching me play this match, and she kindly peeled back my headphones to whisper, "You know that's a med kit you're taking right now?" And I scoffed, "Of course I know!" Wait, what? Stupid old fat fingers, get to work, will you? One squad left. I needed to be ready. Get the Kraber. Got myself a... Oh wait, there's a golden RE45 in there. Okay, yes. Now I was definitely... Get wrecked, losers! And in that final game, not one finisher was completed, but apparently that is what it takes to win a game of Apex Legends in 2026. Also, I know the upload schedule is failing at the moment, guys, but I just no longer chase fun games anymore. If I don't get them, then I don't upload them. Take it easy, catch you on the next one. Later!